I am from California, and given that, I don't necessarily understand the backgrounds or the East Coast in general, so on top of going to school all the way across the nation, coming to an HBCU has been really eye-opening. Been in a matter of understanding people's cultures and where they come from. It's been really eye-opening, but it's a priceless experience.
A priceless experience is what most people think of when talking about an HBCU. Historically, black colleges and universities were founded on the mission of providing higher education for African Americans. However, they have evolved since its founding in 1837, not only numerically, but also demographically. They continue to embrace many cultures and provide all types of students with unique experiences.
Where we're looking to increase the Latino enrollment or Hispanic enrollment. We're also targeting to increase the Indian population, as well as one of the president's initiatives that she wanted us to take advantage of. I don't see it as, I see it increasing little by little, but it's not, we don't have a set quota. So we're not under the gun to increase our diversity. We have plenty of it, as you can see when you walk around the campus.
These initiatives are what is taking place on the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Located in the rural town of Princess Anne, UMES, as we call it, is an HBCU that is home to over 4,000 students, with over 20% of them being non-African American. Shaylin Summer, a junior at UMES, expresses how she feels as a minority, along with a few other students around campus.
I looked at a lot of schools in regards to the program it had to offer, the facilities, the professors, and I like what the school had to offer. It had a good combination of the program, the location, as well as the facilities and the professors, and I feel like I'm a good fit here, so I'm here.
I chose it because of the professional golf management program. I'm a golfer and hoping to do something in the field of golf one day.
Do you ever feel singled out at UMES?
Not really. Only times I ever had was like sociology class, where like get all talking about like racial ethics and whatnot, but so I'm like only white person in that class.
I typically feel at home here. I never feel singled out by anybody or anything. Everybody's really supportive, teachers, students, everyone.
With the diversity of HBCUs, some may feel as though this diminishes the foundation on which HBCUs were founded.
I think if it was a thing where other racial groups were outnumbering blacks, I think that's when it would kind of not even really be worth coming to a black college. I think that's the main point of people coming to a black college, is to experience all the black culture and being around your own people.
HBCU is a historically black college, right? And the history is the past. So now that we're moving into the future, I believe we should have all nationalities and races in the HBCU.
The principles that the HBCUs were founded on are still there. They're still invested within that university, no matter who or what color people are. It just doesn't change the culture of the university or the institution.
It adds flavor to the university, though, because I mean they're the only ones that come out and talk to everybody without having any problems.
It is very apparent that HBCUs are becoming more diverse, but there are different opinions about whether students are fully embracing that diversity.
Well, integration on campus, there's not a lot of it. It's rare that you see, Caucasian or the African American or the black students and the white students coerced, living together and just going out and doing things together. Like you see a lot of cliques.
Right.
Even within with just the African students, you have kids from Ethiopia, you have kids from Cameroon, Nigeria, and they separate themselves.
I don't think people come here and they're like, I am only going to be friends. I'm from Africa and I'm only going to be friends with the Africans. I don't think that's it. I think that people, when they get here and they don't know anyone, they look to themselves to see what they have in common. Right. And something that when they don't know anybody else in the room, they look to see like, oh, well, he's from Africa. I share something in common with him. Oh, maybe he'll understand. Maybe he'll know where I'm from. Right. And it all starts out with, like I have one of my best friends here, she's from California.
Okay.
It's if she was from Idaho, if she was from the islands, she'd still be the same person.
Right.
But it was, she played volleyball and she was from California, and those were automatic similarities that we shared in common. And then, it was just found more and more based on background that you form good relationships.
Right. Okay.
And so I think that's another factor is you notice a lot of the athletes hang together.
Very true.
Some of the teams are tight, some of them are not. You have the Africans, then you have the kids that are in drama, and then you have the kids that are, in law societies, and then you have
skateboarders.
And it just the skateboarding kids.
Yeah.
They're new this year.
Right.
But it breaks down into, I almost feel like it's not a purposeful thing to form cliques. The cliques kind of just form because you're so far away from everything. You need a car to survive at this university.
Right.
And it becomes back in freshman year, whenever you came in, when you lived in the dorms, and whether you were friends with your roommate, it was, I have something in common with her, and you all kind of look for similarities, and it's just a lot of the similarities end up building at, where you're from and lifestyles that you grew up in.
Right. Okay.
Interesting point of views. As HBCUs are becoming more diverse, integration will become even more important. In recent headlines, Hampton University and Kentucky State both crowned a non-African American Misses of its university last year. Both school bodies were very opinionated about this subject matter. How would students feel if there was a non-African American Mr. or Ms. UMES?
I don't think that Miss UMES is a representation of what we as a university stands for, so therefore I don't think that her color really matters.
As long as the students' vote is represented, I don't think it's much of a problem, but it doesn't uphold the HBCU tradition, so I know some people are going to have a problem with it.
I think that everybody should be given an opportunity, especially, if you go to an HBCU, you would expect to have an African-American, woman as Miss UMES. But at the same time, I think if anybody comes to the school and they're not of African-American descent, I think they should still be given the same opportunity.
So do you feel that a non-African-American could represent our school?
Yes. If she meets all qualifications, he or she meets all qualifications, I don't see why not. It's not Mr. Black UMES or Miss Black UMES, it's Mr. UMES, so every student deserves a fair chance.
I think it would be a great experience just to see other opinions from a different standpoint of another ethnicity. For example, Miss Kentucky State, Elizabeth, is a Caucasian female, and she won. It was a lot of controversy over that. I know she got a lot of media from it, bad and good. And when we were talking about it, she came through it, and she said the campus loves her now, that the fact that they realized that color, ethnicity has nothing to do with standing up and being a leader. So I think it looks past colors, and it's just on how well you're going to lead the school and represent the school.
Because that's where Mr. or Miss UMES is leading.
The ambassador, yes. Mr. and Miss UMES is the ambassador of the school. So we have to represent it on and off campus. And honestly, I don't believe color or race has anything to do with that.
In this new day and age where students, especially African Americans, have more choices, it is very apparent that HBCUs will continue to evolve. We are all living in a time in which the founders of HBCUs could probably not even imagine. Dr. Quentin Johnson looks toward this as a great accomplishment.
It's saying to me as an African American leader at an HBCU that we've arrived, that the quality of our programs are at the level or better than traditionally white institutions, and that's something that we can be proud of.
Yes, HBCUs do keep history alive, as some may say, but they also continue to play an integral part of America's future. HBCUs hold a legacy of leadership and responsibility, in which all cultures will continue to help mold.